Okay. Sorry, starting a little bit late. I'm sorry about that. Welcome back, folks. So, I stopped in this room last time because I wanted to have a look to see, you know, sort of what I'd done wrong in the order in which you do the things around here. And basically, you only get one try if you fuck it up. So, yeah, I screwed it up. So, we're not going to be able to do this. However, what we are going to be able to do, we need to go back down to the sewers, if I can find the damn things. There we go.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Oh, and before I go, I better do this. So, finest hour. And what that does, during the extra turn, target deals plus damage. Until the end of combat, the target gains the effect of voice of command, which is pretty bloody good. Okay, your finest. Yeah, dismantling attack. Until the operator's next turn, the target cannot move. Until the end of the combat, the target's MP is reduced. And obviously you get the upgrade 2, 3, and 4. Typical. That doesn't really matter. I swear to God, I can hear the music to Shadowrunners in the background here. Until the end of the soldier's turn, they gain 4 movement points, and attacks do not spend MP. Whew. That's pretty nice. Firearm mastery. Lovely. Daring breach. The warrior immediately restores all AP and MP and gains AG. Oh. Until the end of the turn, they don't lose MP after performing attacks. The warrior has no limit. Oof, just keeps on chopping and chopping. And he's got the same thing. 1 exploit on all enemies in combat, and then makes a free attack against the target. That always hits. I'm going to have to remember all this. Tech use. I mean, your tech use is pretty damn high. Yeah, I mean, that'll do. Man, we are so wounded. So, the sewers down here is hiding a bit of a boss type battle. Okay. There's some dude just laying on the ground. Examine warp law. You feel a slight prickling sensation in the back of your head. The barrier between the walls has grown so thin. The voices belonging to many residents are like, yeah, fine.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
There he is.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Anathema observed. Commencing purgation protocol.
Okay, you there. Okay. So let's ignite.
But of course.
Expose, can't do that.
Was that
So
you?
we'll just
Or
and we're going to put that on you.
anything else?
And move over here. Yeah, he upsets everybody around him.
Brace yourself, Avalanche.
Okay, you give that to him. Okay. So we can't do that either. Awesome. Okay. Never mind then. I screwed that up. I should have done that a lot differently. Okay, that works. Yeah, that hurts a lot, so take that.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith
Take
without
that as well.
deeds is worthless.
$22. Very nice.
Doubt is for the weak. An unfortunate turn of fate.
Ow! Jesus! Okay, I guess we need to do something with these guys. I mean, he's over there, so what we could do...
Explorers know one route.
Bring you over.
Forward.
Yeah.
Running by Eric Override. Trying the memory of this righteous moment.
I got most of them. and do that.
comprehends all.
If we put the gas cloud there,
My vow is to serve.
missed. Okay. Well,
It will be done.
no, that dude parried.
Indeed. I've suffered worse.
I'll take it. Okay. You come over here.
What a mess!
So the dude's down to half. And put that on yourself. Ah, beer map. Hi mate, how you doing? Let's get you out of the way a little bit. Yeah, that'll do.
Anything else?
I mean, who can see what? Okay, give that to him.
It will be done. I took care of this one.
I'm a member.
Splat. Parried. Son of a bitch. Give that to him. Her, rather. And give that to her as well.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Each strike is a prayer.
Okay. Man, you know what it feels like, you little dick. Who did you just shoot? Oh, they're all... okay. Murky liquid comes down from the higher levels. Okay.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. Beyond desire
Nice.
is you.
Okay.
My place is at the fort.
We'll just chase him around.
What is this foreboding? Will do.
So you can actually hit him from there. Give him that. Can't reach. Okay. Yeah, cool. Keep them coming this way, you little bitch. Just out of reach. And her. Typical.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Okay. Fine. Okay, you come over.
I will do my duty. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
Should have done that first, but never mind.
But of course. Fear me!
Oh, absolutely toasted one of them. Ow. Okay. Give that to her. 95. He's going down. Fine. Oh, reload.
Doubt is for the weak. I refuse. Rejoice in
I've only got to tap him. 74.
the Emperor commands. I act.
He's got 9 left. Ow.
My prescience has
The hell is that? A
failed me.
demonette?
I'm not interested. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. One, you
Got
are
him.
target.
Have we still got to kill everybody else? Okay, you.
On it.
Emperor.
Ah, what the hell? You just lob a grenade. Puts me down, but he gets rid of them.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. This is unacceptable. I will not.
Fucking held herself. Never mind.
I'll do it.
59. Okay, well,
Running by now.
screw you. Reduces damage dealt. That sucks. Where the hell did she hit me before I... Ugh, that's so annoying.
Tactically sound approach.
Can I reach her from here? No.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Get that done.
Integrity failure detected.
I don't see anything about her being able to... Fuck it.
The omnicide.
Oh, wow, just splat. Okay.
I'm restless. Let me tend to your wounds.
Well, we did it. Jesus. That was mental.
My whispers crave entertainment.
Utterly, utterly mental. And we don't get anything for killing them either because... Ooh, what's this? When the wearer successfully hits with a single attack shot, the next target suffers slow until the wearer's next turn. Okay. Bioshield dudes and XCOM 2 can suck it. Yeah, that was squeaky bum. I have to admit, I was getting a bit worried there, just a bit. Phew. Right. So, let's have a look at... Oops, that's the one I want. Okay, that's fine. Tech priests. Establishing an alliance with a high-ranking Adeptus Mechanicus member may expedite the search for a new engine seer for the voidship. But we've just been there and done that, so Let's go back to the command center. Yeah, that, especially when that demonette turned up, that was, I wasn't expecting that. I knew that there was a big ass, ugly ass boss type thing down there, but I didn't know that a second demonette was going to come. I do like the artwork. Because we should have finished this. We've got to go back to the governor anyway. And we have to go there. Okay. So we completed the mission for the governor by destroying the anti-aircraft at the end of the last episode. This game, although I'm enjoying it, don't get me wrong, it would be nice to have some sort of direction on the screen as to where you're actually supposed to be going.
Whatever you wish.
Greetings, your ladyship. The anti-aircraft battery was giving you so much trouble has been destroyed. Excellent. Thank you for your assistance. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from turning to your ship. If you wish to find Master Von Calix, you should go to the Cenebium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Notes of anxiety creep in the voice aroused from Pascal's Vox. On behalf of the priesthood of Mard, I, Magos Hanneman, am officially initiated my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and ensure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that ordained Magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object. The governor clenches his fist. Ooh. As much as I may respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the Omnissiah's servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in the same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. Medina and Pascal glare at each other, their unyielding gazes like crossed swords. The Magos is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders. Yeah, we'll take that one. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I will bet my life on that. No. The governor's voice dies down as a low growl of drilling mechandrite. Of a drilling mechandrite? I don't know. I have to say, some of the words that they created for the Warhammer 40k just... I mean, I'm a pretty good reader, but they really tie my tongue in knots. So this is a negotiation technique you resorted to. Do you think this is the first time I've been threatened with a weapon? No, but it could be your last. Oh, right, so he's basically gone and shoved his blade up his nose. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? Abundantly so. Why are you so determined to get to the monastery? Is it just because of the relic? It would be my pleasure to assist the Omnissiah's servant in reaching the sanctum. Now, let's answer the question. I am expected there. It'll be a pleasure. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Hanuman, officially undertake to occupy you to the Rykhead system in your role of bodyguard and protect you at all costs until your life functions cease, but only within the limits of the Rykhead system. Yeah, fine. You're Honeyman. Glad you're still alive. The governor raises his eyebrows and stares at the text priest in surprise, but refrains from further commentary. I wish I knew more about the monastery. The Cenobium has been run by the Adeptus Mechanicus ever since the colony was founded. The sacred reactor guarded by its priest power that powers the entire planet. I can say no more. It is a forbidden place that I have only been allowed to visit once. Why not shell the monastery if it's where the insurgents gathered, or deploy a landing force? Yeah, no, I'm not going to ask that. What is so special about the Cenobium and the relic? What is in there that has drawn the attention of the interrogator? I've never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the reactor is capable of great destruction should it end up in the hands of the heretics. The fury of the freed machine spirits, once released from the sacred circuit, will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Rykhead Minoris uninhabitable. Okay. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecrator who defiles the relic's power a Category 3 blasphemer, deserving of immediate execution. What has perplexed you about my companion's name? According to the reports we received, Locus Abel Hamonaman set off for the hallowed electrodynamic Cenobium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master Van Calyx. My name is Pascal Hanneman, not Abel. I know nothing of such a person. What do you know about this Abel? Never met him in person. That esteemed logist supervised the work of the Rykhead Minoris Lex Mechanics for many years. He rarely left Cyberchapel, and I have never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true acolyte. It seems suspicious. Yeah, when an Adeptus Mechanicus wants to go somewhere, you don't ask why. Where can I get more information? Inspect the esteemed Logic Sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to the cogitators at the command post. They might prove useful. Fine. That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagus Amanat, initiating an investigation the data collector procedure. I can hear my friend's snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search. If you stare into Shattered Mirror for too long, you might see yourself in it. In every shard at once. Mending it is that much more of a tainted affair then. New reflections is death-like. Okay, I have no idea what that means. Glad to be of service. Yep, goodbye. Does that mean I can use this? Result of Abel's... I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harness of their vows. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral would turn into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. Granted by Messiah lodges over the course of his data meditation that has been recorded verbatim is seeking an audience with the venerable Dar Impulse 6 who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the Governor's Palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic Cenobium. A message has also been sent to the Furibundus system. Jesus. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize these words. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furibundus system. It was me. Omnisci, grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. Okay.
Oh, this master-crafted patellar augment is not fit for a servitor.
We are so wounded. I mean, dang. Return to the...
Calculating optimal route.
Yeah, I want to have a very quick chat with him first. Unit Quartz Crane requests permission to negotiate trade agreements. Are you open to commercial transaction? You are an explorator. What are you doing here? Retrieving archive data. Fair enough. Over 70 Terran years ago, the governor of Retinue and authorized representatives of the Explorator Cognizance Fleet made an agreement. The goal was mutual beneficial through cooperation. Appointed trade agent, the unit is responsible for maintenance of the arsenal of the king. Fine. Blessed are the armorers, so there can be no Imperium without them. Blessed are the valiant warriors, for there is no end to the darkness without them. What is a Cognizance Fleet doing in Rikes system? Presence of the Rikes system is negligible. Its research activities in the system have been concluded. A limited presence is maintained for the purposes of logistical support. Fine. Do you know anything about Abel Hanneman? No previous communication. The memory sector contains other data related in. Fine. I shall take my leave. And you know what? I need to go back to the ship just to...
Executing request.
Okay, permission to report, Lord Captain. Over the past few days, I've received several messages from different decks complaining about anomalous behaviors in the ship's cogitators and servitors. The machine spirits are restless and rebellious, and no tech litany or ritual pacification can rid them of this obstinacy. The tech priests can deal with the vessel systems, but the servitors, they make errors in their tasks, disobey orders, change the assigned rituals, or something goes downright freeze as if in a trance. Lord Captain, occurrences such as these are caused by errors in cogitated calculations or have some other sensible explanation. I beseech you not to take after those who whisper about the law, about the ship being cursed or possessed. Oh, don't start, old man. All these peculiar happenings have long since turned into local legends. A door slams shut, a lumen starts flickering. Folk have grown used to all that. So our resident ghost has decided to up the ante. I'm telling you, things are only going to get worse from here. Fine. I love this guy, he looks so cool. The Technomax inspected the services and concluded they pose no danger. According to the servants of the Omnisphere, such behavior is caused either by echoes of the minds not completely eliminated or by manifestations of the machine spirit's will. So servitors basically are skulls that wander around on like a, you know, they hover around and do stuff, but the skulls themselves were, you know, maybe once someone that committed murder, they had their head cut off, turned into a servitor, their memories wiped, and occasionally they get a bit glitchy and so they wipe their memory again, all that sort of stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a minute. I just want to see what's there. The guide, there we go. A new navigator. We need to do this. Yeah, we need to do this first. We have to do it first. There's a new member of the team. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you. It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Werrison's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. Chop chop. When in doubt, save. Yeah. That works. Are we going to get into our first ship battle? Oh, look at that. Proper throne. Love it. Okay. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. The young woman standing before Arabella strives with all of her might not to quail under the onslaught of her superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say, "I apologize, but I must speak to the Lord Captain." "Very well, you may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you already seem fit to disturb her. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a high-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay." That depends. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avril Vent requesting a permission to speak on a matter of extreme importance and urgency. You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable. Yep, I'll take that one. Drastic times call for drastic measures. Okay, what do you want? The matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks in order to crush the worker strikes by any means necessary. But I am convinced that the step is unwarranted and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech. In no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wassarian, and to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks, because very soon we'll have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands. There's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and no one has informed me. I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue traders' attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rules across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we are still battling rumours that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumours were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it. But on the ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight from a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the road trader addresses the malcontents directly, she will quell the unrest. I dread to think what problem you will disturb the road trader with next. Perhaps you would ask the Lord Trader to break up brawls in the mess room. I've already given you the means to resolve the problem. You simply need to use them. If I may, sending a hit squad to crush the rebellion is a means of ignoring the problem, not solving it. Where does Seneschal come into all this? I shall explain. Beg you to hurry, time is running out. I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship. My ship, I might add. And one of the pillars of that system is that the road trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that I have always handled internal problems myself. So, of course, when I received the information about the cultists hiding in the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora van Valentius will find refuge. You were far too heavy-handed. Seneschal Wassarian arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Now that they're on strike in the lower decks, in Depot 4 to be precise, 3 workers' clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could degenerate into an all-out insurrection. But when I report my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. I don't want to piss him off. How did this all start? Could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version. It began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who had been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. What is Depot 4? One of the poorest sectors of the lowest deck, it is home to clans of general labourers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialised systems for generations. They are easily replaceable resource, and one which is now more besides, giving succor to cultists and minions of the Argent kill them all. Depot 4 is poor and trouble, but the worst that means drunken fights and illegal rot gut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. Another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect around neighbouring sectors. What do you have to say to all this? I see no need to add anything. I acted with the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of the Protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections. For my part, I order the Lord Captain to go down to the lower deck, stop the assault unit, speak directly to the people. You will see that they are not lying or harbouring heretics. That way, you will stop the Eising before it begins. Oh, fine. No need be arrogant. This person has come to me with a legitimate problem. Fine. Praise the Emperor. Thank you, Lord Captain. An enterprise bordering on the semaphoric. But please yourself. However, I categorically insist I escort. Yeah, fine. Looks like we're not going to get to the Cenobium. Agility makes it easy for characters to dodge. Perception makes characters' attacks harder to dodge.
Knowledge is eternal.
So, reflectively wipes the sweat from his brow in a staringly human gesture, and telling no one, a rare moment when he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor-like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors. The people dared to respect a senior officer. They would not have a chance to express such disrespect if we were not here, and the situation had been dealt with by the relevant officers. It's a junior officer's worst failing to pass problems up the chain of command. I've never been able to abide it. I shall say it again. It was a mistake to come here. Fine. I must admit that the lieutenant is by no means the worst material for an officer. But, in the name of terror, the girl is the same age as my eldest great-granddaughter. And she has the gall to tell me how to manage the lower decks and hunt down cultists. It'll be another 20 years at least before she can be trusted to act without oversight. Yeah, let's just keep going.
Your seneschal is always there for you. Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
What's this? Something resembling a nest. Okay. The sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Avrilevent of the ship's enforcers is barring a path of heavy built assault unit officer. And judging by their expression and the tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time. I have my orders to put an end to the unrest and purge this sector. You can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all lessons are falling on deaf ears. Your ladyship. I want to speak to the strikers. Alibert's mouth twists but remains himself and says nothing. Allow me to wish you good luck. Okay.
The future is never certain.
Okay, this is going to go very badly or very well. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque. Our children are freezing, we've done nothing wrong, we're being punished. Okay, Lord Captain, you've come down to us. We were attacked on the way here. How do we explain that? Here's an explanation for you. The people have been pushed to the limit and now they're lashing out. And if you don't know why these top deck units are being sent down here, like that one that the lieutenant won't let past. Our clans are all inside the bay that's been sealed off, but the lower decks are big, and I'm sure these people have just about had enough. We're getting it from all sides. The soldiers have encircled the ones who have risen up. The death squad just arrived, and no wonder folks are lashing out. Okay, cool. Their words seem sincere to you. Their body language and their glances traded between them reveal that the news of the attacks have shocked them. What's troubling you? Asking questions, saying what we think. Yeah, well, you can't be doing that. So shut up, Rivet, snaps an old woman who turns her hostile dark eyes on you. Here's the deal, your ladyship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole bays for a week at a time, so we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of the enforcers. The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe. So Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself. Okay. It's all true. Vent is the only enforcer officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling towards us. Your ladyship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder, we went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed. The persecution started apropos of nothing, you say. I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here. Cultist amulet? What's that? The gewgaw they found on the dead drunkard? Is there something evil or forbidden? We sure didn't know. The enforcers just said that they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people, and there are no new faces. And if there were, we'd be the first to... Okay, fine. And as for the amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, and that's for sure. But when the fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with, the body... Nobody's ever treaded the deck in boots so fine. I can tell you that. It seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us. Oh yeah, the boots were really fine, and there were no harm in taking them. As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We need to find it. We don't need any amulet around here. We all worship the Emperor, and we're working. And when we're working, we bow down before the machine spirits of the large and small transformers and the servo motor. The same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago. Believe us, your ladyship, we are people of faith. I confirm the information regarding the proper tending of the machine spirits in this sector. Servitors indicate that these commoners are performing the sacraments they are permitted to know. Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I'd had my 3rd little one. That is regrettable, but we cannot lay the burden on leading a righteous life on the shoulders of the Holy Fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The Holy Father was not, who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself. What changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain herself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, to stop battering everyone that moves. No, that's not it. We want the enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms and we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if the cultists do show their faces. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years. Getting rid of the club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. You've gone too far, old Nan. They'll never let maggots on the lower decks live without enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on the enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbour out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultists' bodies, and we'll talk them one lower deck to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves. You speak for yourself and your clan, and I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures, I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns her back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before, all because we dared speak out. Yeah, this is definitely going to go two ways. Yeah, for sure. Thoughts, Abelard? The story about going scavenging for boots and accidentally picking up a heretical enemy doesn't convince me. These people were moments away from rebelling and possibly becoming minions of the archenemy. We must not give them what they want. Even if they do acquire something innocently, purely out of their own stupidity, that does not mean that they are not tainted with corruption. I agree. Now, I will remind everyone that in the world of 40k, human life is worth nothing, especially if you're downtrodden like these guys are. And frankly, any risk of corruption on this vessel is unacceptable, and I don't give a toss how many people I have to kill. You have failed to convince me of your trustworthiness, and unrest ends now. Everyone who's involved will be eliminated. Have mercy. No. Suddenly, Tillian stands in the executioner's path once again. Her face is pale and her eyes without fear, but her lips are clamped into a firm line. If you want to mow me down, if you want to mow down everyone, Dippo, you can start with me. Vent, stop. This is treason. Sorry I let everyone down. It's not clear who her words refer to. Abelard, her comrades, or the striking workers are now doomed to die. Vent reaches forward and grabs the barrel of the soldier's weapon. Can't see.
More enemies to face judgment. We are truly blessed this day.
You will fall.
You can come back a bit. You can come back a bit. You there. And yep, you can stay there.
Well struck.
It will be done.
Reduce to dust.
I will do my duty.
Holy moly.
I'll do it.
Have that. Have that.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated. Doubt is for the weak.
Give that to her. Give that to her.
Faith without deed, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay.
Can I fall back now?
Dick.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Him as well.
Will do.
Request function successfully terminated.
Where's the log? Oh, yeah, I'll take all that. Thank you very much. Take that, peasants. Yeah, absolutely right. Again, the value of human life, especially for a rogue trader, is... Universal lockpicking tool.
Marching on. Light of terror, guide
Okay,
our way.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. And I know Argenta is probably annoyed with me, but... How the bloody hell do I get out? Here, I assume. There we go. Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses you and the other companions. I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. Fine. Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain? Don't talk to me like that. You made a harsh but necessary decision. But before that, you danced to the tune of a panicking junior officer, put your life at an unnecessary risk in the midst of potential uprising, and your actions triggered everything that followed. If you hadn't given Lieutenant Van false hope and then snatched it away again, she wouldn't have snapped. You had no business going anywhere near the lower decks. Yeah, he's right. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valetius Protectorate? Do not speak to me like that. I am obliged to speak thus. Who else can point out your errors and offer you counsel? Let's talk about your role in all this instead. You allowed this revolt to happen. You're actually practically guaranteed it would. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember, Lord Captain Theodora, do you ever think she ever set one slippered foot into the lower decks? No. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while dedicated herself to her grand designs, as a true strategist. Good night, Bimet. Yeah, I'm back to work tomorrow as well. I need to hit the hay relatively soon. I think I might leave it very soon. I would only be too willing to trust in my seneschal and not fill my head with such matters, but the situation had spiraled out of your control. You're right, at least as concerns junior officers making complaints directly to you. And I lost my temper, and I believe I ought to explain myself. No, I don't care. The prosperity of Von Valentius Protector is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw Lord Captain Theodora's deeds, the sign of a true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military. So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I came from a long line of officers and embarked upon this incredibly reckless venture. Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods at distant frontiers and scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything had been built over the years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hangar in a seismically active world. One of the senior officers betrayed us, the rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader. To aid you. To find your footing as quickly as possible. And to do that, I must insulate you from the problems that in the past have been dealt with and tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot be suddenly deemed excess to requirements. Theodora trusted in established procedures, and she died. I would not make the same mistake. If you want to keep building the future of the Von Valetius Protector with me, stop living in the past. Fine, not that one. Yeah, we'll take that one. Yes, Lord Captain. Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in. And now, please, let us leave the lower decks if the road trader desires to stretch her legs. Fine. I need to change the name of the goddamn episode. I really want to get into a ship battle, because I've not had that yet. Lord Captain. Reporting. The Heralds of Novus Nobilite continue to maintain Vox silence, perhaps due to Eric 5 being off limits to visitors. We intercepted signals from the beacons drifting in the station's orbits. The demands are clear. We are told to turn the ship around and leave immediately. No chance. We also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks, presumably as the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Novus Nobilite house requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Contact the station. The station does not reply even after an official greeting by the road trader. Scan it. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note wave distortions are unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We're unable to ascertain that the reactor core of the station is still active, but many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which has not been abandoned. Why are the esteemed navigators heralds ignoring us? No one dares give me orders. Order the crew. We do not know what is happening on the station, so we'll have to look for the esteemed navigators. So you will have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Okay. Dock safely and may the God Emperor light your path. Okay. Wrong one. Oh, that's the bloody log. Oh, no, 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 no. What the hell are you doing? Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master? It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed. Confess. What was the old man's last command? What is that? Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
You will be consigned to oblivion for your transgressions against House Orselio. Immortal Emperor, deliver your servants from peril. Prayers will not help your servant of the damned. Well, if I'm not damned. I command you to execute the infidels. This guy's crazy. Like delayed reaction death. We have some strange guests on the station. Shit, I'm gonna have to do this. Step back or I'll unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you, Emperor, my witness. Answering High Gothic. I am road trader, Hazel Kraise von Valencius. I am no enemy of the Novus Nobilite. The system has been under the protection of the Winterscale dynasty for many years. Admittedly, I didn't expect to meet another road trader. And since fate has brought us such an important person into my abode, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christoph August, keeper of this station. So you did not come to offer support to the traitors. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Eric 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you're not on the guest list. Don't give a fuck. The soldiers are quivering as if their tormented flesh was flayed, but yet keep clutching their weapons. Give me a navigator and I'll depart. Don't think it's possible. Eric 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of the warp storms. You have chosen an inopportune time for negotiations. Why would a keeper of the station command vile mutants condemned by the Emperor? The blame lies with Theobald Orselio, the second keeper. Was a great navigator, but he could no longer control his powers. I begged him to retire, but he was too obsessed with our mistress, Lady Cassia. His madness and stubbornness spelled doom for the entire station, for he opened his third eye in a fit of rage and unleashed the horrors of the warp for those who displeased him. The Theobald I knew would never have used his powers in such a reckless manner. This will be difficult to explain to uninitiated, but I'm going to try. The warp currents in the system have been tumultuous for dozens of cycles, and have worn the veil between our world and the Imperium thin and frail. At least here on the station. The ruinous powers are trying to tear it down completely and corrupt all living things. The servants were the first to fall victim. Their bodies morphed, and pain and despair drove the poor souls mad. The lunatics took my mistress prisoner and almost destroyed the station. I rallied a few, still follow the light of the Golden Throne to set things right. Ow, shit. The Lord Navigator is speaking the unvarnished truth. I bet this station is full of voices and whispers, all trying to break through from the other side. I sincerely hope the influence of the Imperium has not yet affected your body and soul. With all due respect, I advise you not to remain on station. Return to your voidship. I need to save Lady Cassia. If you are not willing to help or indeed risk your life, you must leave now. Yeah, what kind of help are you talking about? I would never ask for such a favor under different circumstances. And yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and the wounds are too deep for my acts and precision and swiftness. But you may succeed. In order to ascend the Mistress's chambers, you will need to remake the holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is a control rod for the elevator of machine spirit. I have one part, and the other was lost during the mutiny. But even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. I have a phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory. Located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of the appeasement so that the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. Requesting access to the object's data crypt, the Novus Nobilite use independent modifications of standard sanguinary technologies due to the uniqueness of the genetic code. And these technologies were made secret for a reason. I must respectfully decline your request. Esteemed servant of the Omnissiah. You have your sacraments and we have ours. I guess that makes sense. So what have you decided, descendant of Von Valentius line? Oh, I will rescue your mistress, and in return I require House Orselio sign a contract with my protectorate. Felix reply sounds curt and tired. So be it. Hurry the mission to safety is all that matters. Fine. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to leave it there, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you guys on the next one. And tomorrow is probably going to be an XCOM stream, but we'll see. My name is Commander Kraise, signing off.